Hi, so I'm testing out a camera that is new to me, so I don't know what the sound quality is like. I actually can't get my mixer to work properly right now, so this is the camera's microphone you're hearing. Now, I released a video beginning of the year, titled it Don't You Want to Know, inviting people to ask questions about Christianity, something that you might find weird or just want to know more about or think is outright ridiculous. Because I want to have a go at answering some of your questions. And it's taken till now for me to get around to doing a follow-up video, so apologies for that. I'm actually going to do this completely unscripted, so we'll see how this goes. But I got a question basically along the lines of what is transubstantiation? That's not the best question I was hoping to start with, because I think a lot of people probably don't know what the word even means. So let's start there. Transubstantiation is largely a Catholic term, and it refers to what happens in Mass. Now, Mass is also known as the Lord's Supper, communion, taking the sacrament. It's has a number of names, but it's basically when Christians get together and have the wine and bread, or in the Catholic Church, communion, in the Anglican Church, the little wafers. A number of churches do it different ways. Sometimes it's one large piece of bread broken into smaller pieces, sometimes it's wafers, sometimes it's one large cup passed around, sometimes it's lots of small cups, sometimes it's wine, sometimes it's grape juice. It really does vary. Now, transubstantiation is the Catholic belief that the bread and wine literally become the body and blood of Jesus. Now, I'm not Catholic specifically myself, so I can't delve too much into what that means. But I will say this, I don't think it's really as important whether that happens or not, as what the purpose of communion, the Lord's Supper is. In taking some of the bread and the wine, Jesus, as we are identifying with him, we're taking in his body and blood, and so we are connecting with him in what he goes on to do in dying on the cross and rising back to life. That is actually the centre of Christianity. The whole thing rests on Jesus' death and resurrection and what that achieved. And I'd really be interested to share a little bit more with people as to what that means. But to round back round to the question, what is transubstantiation? Transubstantiation is the belief that the bread and wine literally, rather than just figuratively, become the body and blood of Christ. I don't believe that's what happens, but figuratively, I believe it symbolically does represent the body and blood of Christ. And so in sharing the Lord's Supper, we join with each other, and we join in with Jesus in dying with him to our old life on the cross, and being raised to a new life that Jesus brought for us through his resurrection. I hope that answers it a little bit, gives you a little bit more information. But if you'd like to hear a bit more about what does it mean for us to die with him and come back in his resurrection, then maybe that can be my next video. Alternatively, maybe you've got a different question entirely. Why do Christians do church on Sunday? Or why do they seem to think that the Bible's so important? Or how can you trust something like the Bible? Whatever your question may be, send it my way and I'll give it a go at answering. Okay, have a good day.